I remember for my 5th birthday, my mom asked me what I wanted on my cake. I told her I wanted a race car. For some reason, at 5 years old, I wanted to be a race car driver. I had never driven a car, but that didn't matter. As a child, I wasn't limited to knowledge of what was practical or realistic. I didn't think about finances or logistics or the current state of the economy. As I grew older, I took in information from the world around me. I realized I loved captivating people's attention with stories. I loved making them laugh. I love making people feel emotions. In the 4th or 5th grade, I actually set out to write a book. It was going to be an epic tale of getting transferred to a magical world where you, the main character, collected the 7 shards of destiny so you could return home. Not super original, but I was 10, and I set out to handwrite this book. Once I got to page 36 or so, I spilled water all over the pages and they were unreadable. I was devastated and gave up being a writer forever. I later wanted to be an actor, a YouTuber, then a basketball player, then an entrepreneur. Most every job I dreamed of involved excitement and creativity. I wouldn't call any of these jobs quote unquote normal or mundane, and that makes sense. These were dreams. They were my dream jobs. When I grew up, I joined the military and I started to fix computers for them. This, of course, was never my dream job, but it was practical. I was productive and a contributing member to society. I was quite the model citizen, you see. When I grew up, I joined the military and I started to fix computers for them. When I got out of the military, I did the same job, just on the civilian side. I was called an IT specialist.
Hello, IT? Have you tried turning it off and on again?
It was the logical, safe thing to do since I already had experience. I found this job to be extremely boring. There were so many days I would do nothing besides answer some emails and restart some computers. And when I complained about not doing anything at work, other people responded with, "What's the problem? That sounds awesome!" I was basically living my life in a way that was killing my soul. I became depressed and things just began to lose meaning for me. I had forgotten how to dream. I could no longer think outside of the box, and I didn't know who I was or what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. Once I realized this, I started by trying to do all the things I ever dreamed of, in order, but in reverse. I became an entrepreneur of sorts. I was selling things on eBay. At Novice, I was selling enough things on eBay to where I quit my job, my brother quit his job, my mom quit her job, they worked for me. I was selling stuff on eBay. Everyone thought I was crazy when I was leaving this cushy job where I did nothing, and most of the day I actually was making calls on things to sell on eBay. After I learned all that I felt I needed to learn from eBay, I moved on to my next dream. I became a barista. I also went back to playing a lot of basketball. Believe it or not, the NBA did not want me. I went back to school, mostly because it turns out there's a ping pong team there. And since I couldn't be a basketball player because I was too short, I was like, ping pong, I'm the perfect size for it. And all this trying out of things over the last few years has brought me back to my roots. My current dream. My whole life, I've been told to be realistic, that I am not an extraordinary talent. I have to do a job I hate to earn money. Ever since I quit my cozy IT job, I've been trying to strip away everything society told me about life and who I thought I was. I think people have tried to put me in a box and convince me to settle for less because somewhere along the way, they got convinced of the same thing. The system is built like a pyramid. We are all told to get in where we fit in, and most of the spots available are at the bottom. But I don't want to be in the big pyramid anymore. I don't like this shape. I want a not pyramid. I want my own shape. Like a sphere.
With blackjack.
With blackjack and hookers. So anyway, segues are weird. And the inner child in me, I've done a lot of soul searching over the last few years, and the inner child in me has come out more and more throughout this process. Spoiler alert, I've gone back to writing a book. Except this time, It's not handwritten. It's on a computer, and I have no water anywhere near me when I'm writing it. I'm extremely dehydrated. So yeah, now I want to be a writer when I grow up. I'm practicing every day. I wrote the script for this video. I write papers for school, and I am currently going to be a tutor for writing at my university. I am reading as much as I can and living my life to the fullest in order to get a perspective worth writing about. You might stand alone as the only person who made it this far in the video. I applaud you and thank you. And since you've made it this far, I have to know, what did you want to be when you grew up? Are you doing that now? Do you still have those dreams? Or maybe you have a new dream? Let me know in the comments down below.